Everyone, Pastor Coy Rowland here with Yorksville First Midvale and Newport Global Methodist Church, bringing you a devotional today out of the book of Ephesians, in Ephesians 4 verses 1 and 2. It says, "Therefore, the prisoners of the Lord beseech you that ye walk worthily in the vocation within what ye are called, with all lowliness and meekness and long suffering, forbearing one another's burdens in love." And so this is Paul speaking, and he says, first and foremost, he says we all have a vocation or a job that we are called to, a specific calling in our lives that God has intended for us. Maybe you know what that is, and if so, great, then do it. Maybe not. Maybe that's something that you need to do in prayer. I always heard from my mentor, one of the best ways to figure out a calling is first start with what are you good at doing, or what do you like to do? What is something that you're skilled at, or something that somebody else notices, like, you're really, really good at this. And even beyond like just saying, okay, this is something you're skilled in, but something that other people recognize that you have a gift in, or an area of life that you are just exceeding in. And then ask yourself, how can I use this for the Lord? And that is often where you find a calling. Paul says, follow this calling, do it. And we are prisoners of Jesus Christ. We are to be followers of Him. And he says, do it with long suffering and patience and humility and lowliness and meekness. And which is, again, a way to say humility or being humble. Not elevating yourself or your own status. Sometimes if we're really good at something, often praise will follow. Don't do that. Don't seek the praise. It's not for you to be praised. And it says, bearing one another burdens. And so this is a reminder that we as the church, we are to be a family. We are to be people who help one another, not people who are isolated from one another, people who don't know one another. We ought to know each other. We ought to know one another well enough to bear each other's burdens, to know when somebody is struggling. I heard one pastor ask the question is, how well do you know the neighbors in your pew next to you? Are they your friends? Are they your family? Or are they just people that you see once a week that you're not really sure who they are or what their life is all about? We ought to know one another. So my message for you today is to, one, share each other's burdens, and two, make sure that when you pursue the calling God has given you, it is not for your glory, but His glory. Amen.